I almost didn't go to the party. It had been 2 years since my best friend Daniel passed away. A sudden accident that none of us were ready for. His wife, Emily, had been strong through it all, at least on the outside. When I got the invitation to her birthday dinner, I hesitated. Part of me still felt like an outsider in her life now. The other part felt strangely protective of her, the way Daniel would have wanted. In the end, I decided to go. The restaurant was small and warm, filled with soft music and quiet conversations. Around 15 people were there, family, close friends, people who had known Daniel. Emily looked different that night. Not sad. Not broken. But, alive again. When she saw me walk in, her face lit up in a way I hadn't seen in years. "You came," she said, hugging me a little longer than usual. "Of course," I replied. "Daniel would haunt me if I missed your birthday." She laughed softly. For most of the evening, everything felt normal. People shared stories, toasted to Emily's future, and even joked about Daniel's terrible cooking skills. But I noticed something strange. Emily kept glancing at me. Not in a casual way, but like she was building up the courage to say something. Eventually the waiter brought out the birthday cake. Everyone started singing. Emily smiled, closed her eyes, and made a wish. When she opened them again, she didn't look at the cake. She looked straight at me. "Before I blow out the candles," she said, her voice steady but emotional, "there's something I need to say." The room grew quiet. I felt my stomach tighten. Emily stood up slowly, holding her glass. "For years," she continued, "Daniel was the love of my life. He was my partner, my best friend, and the man who taught me what real love looks like." Everyone nodded softly. Then she took a deep breath. "But there's something Daniel once told me that I've never shared." Now everyone was listening closely. She turned toward me. My heart started racing. "One night, not long before the accident," she said, "Daniel told me something strange. He said, 'If anything ever happens to me, promise you won't push away the one person I trust to take care of you.'" The room fell silent. And when I asked who he meant, she continued softly, "He smiled and said your name." Every head in the room slowly turned toward me. I felt completely frozen. Emily stepped closer. "For a long time, I ignored what I felt," she admitted. "Because I thought it would be wrong, or disrespectful." Her voice trembled slightly. "But the truth is, the person who helped me survive the hardest years of my life was you." Memories rushed through my mind. Late-night phone calls when she couldn't sleep. Helping fix things around her house. Bringing groceries when she forgot to eat. Just trying to be the friend Daniel would have wanted me to be. Emily looked directly into my eyes. "And somewhere along the way," she said, "I realized I had fallen in love with you." A quiet gasp moved through the room. My heart felt like it stopped. She wasn't done. "I know this might surprise everyone," she continued. "But life is too short to stay silent about the things that matter." Then she said the words that completely stunned me. "I loved you quietly, long before tonight." No one spoke. The entire room waited for my reaction. I stood there, trying to process everything. Then something unexpected happened. Daniel's older brother slowly raised his glass. He looked at me, then at Emily. And smiled. "You know," he said gently, "Daniel always said you two were the people he trusted most in the world." One by one, others started smiling too. Not awkwardly. Not judgmentally. But warmly. Emily looked nervous now. "I'm sorry if this was too much," she whispered to me. I walked toward her. For years, I had pushed down feelings I didn't think I was allowed to have. But in that moment, I realized something. Maybe love doesn't always arrive the way we expect. Sometimes it grows quietly. In shared grief, kindness, and time. I reached for her hand. "You don't have to apologize," I said softly. Her eyes filled with tears. "Because," I continued, "I think Daniel knew something before we did." The room stayed silent as I finished my sentence. "And I think he'd be happy we found our way to each other." Emily smiled through her tears. Then she blew out the candles. And for the first time since Daniel was gone, it didn't feel like the end of something. It felt like the beginning.